Here we go.
I'm just glad it's not a normie map.
Yeah, it's kind of a normie map, but it's not really a normie map. It's weird.
How many people pug Overpass?
Yeah, that's true.
How many people pug Overpass is my question to you.
To pug Overpass, you need to know how to smoke heaven. You need to know how to molly barrels. You need to know how to smoke bank, CT, and bathrooms would be nice as well.
Yeah.
That's one expect odds, though. They've switched back. VP back in the favor of the bookmakers.
They keeping a firm grip on this one, VP. It definitely did look like it could have slipped away from them on Dust 2. Real hard fought 29-round game. James got a lot to do here, and Glock v USP goes 1-for-1. That could change any moment here. Yakinda, he's the sharpest tool in the VP shed.
Sharpens daily, I believe.
With a whetstone. Oh, easy as that. Flip first, and looks like Kenzie's next on Yakinda's naughty list. He's just planning to hand him out. They're kind of fully committed to this as well. Like, you can't leave. Yakinda's got you booked, as has the entire VP squad.
So confident he even reloaded in the open there. Now, look, he will get caught by Sanji's flash, so thanks, Sanji.
This is supposed to be over. What's going on here?
Now, they should have the advantage, right? Because they do have the USPs at range, but now that the HP has been whittled on down, okay. What is happening? Is this just aim map?
I don't know what.
Pistols at long. That was what they said.
What?
Well, me, you at long, and we'll just all fire. And whoever wins, yeah, that's it. That's the pistol round.
It was like a knife round, but with pistols.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, can we do that again, guys? Get on the mic here.
Meet you on.
Let's go. All go connected with a Zeus this round. All right.
Sounds like fun.
Everybody connected with a Zeus.
I mean, for a second there, it did get a little scary. Buster finishes it off with a nice little double and makes it look easy to triple it up.
Bosharuni right there.
But yeah, that was, I mean, they were all just so low, everyone on every side. Kickit was working on toilet flank. We're into it, 3 FAMAS, or FAMI. Up against just Glocks and a P250 for good measure. Kenzie and Flit equipped.
I was fiddling around with that molly that we saw just get thrown there to deep T stairs. Now, the thing with that is if it's counterintuitive in the sense of if you release it too late, it won't land where you want it. Yeah, if you release it too late. Not if you release it too early. Well, if you do it too early as well, but like you have to be just right? It's one of those ones where you think if you released it a little bit late that it might sail through and still explode where you'd like it.
Yeah, well, it just has a tendency with those kind of very nerdy calculated mollies that they have they calculate a certain distance above the floor where they will pop, and so you have to get that perfect level.
I don't know if we're going to see any Ancient anytime soon, but the one on Ancient that you can throw from T-spawn to Donut is just, it's madness. Like, it sails for so long through the sky. I think it's taking advantage of that sky box. I guess we'll call it a bug, or maybe it's a feature. Either way. This one's getting a little bit dicey here. Buster to the rescue. Just these last 2 members to find. The new boys, well, no, it's not one of the new boys, but Zorti is, and they've gone down, and here we go, 2-0. The AKs will come out. That was economical from forZe. So we'll get straight into the rifle rounds here. A bit of a bonus situation for VP as they're holding onto an MP9 to scout a couple of FAMI. I'd like to see what the tone is going to be for this map out the gates, because forZe didn't look as ferocious. I guess their T side on Mirage was just a lot of defaults and then finding those gaps, right? D2, they weren't able to get away with the same type of plays, but here we go, out the gates, the extinguish, the flash, and the fight. They're looking for it.
Yeah, it's a quick toilet smoke dropped out as well. So they can take and deny a lot of this space very early. James going to have to give that up. He doesn't already have a choice in the mat, and you can see Yakinda's opt for a very quick flank. Flit does punish James. Interesting. Now things do get a little uncomfortable. Now, I think Yakinda may have heard Jerry's stampeding steps. Sanji's working on this long hold, and he just does not have the weapon for that job. Flit's going to be trying to break through Buster's hold. He's looking the wrong way, so an easy collection from him. And even Yakinda's flank is, ooh, wow, was set for success. Jerry's just done very well with his Galil to win that duel. Very, very well indeed. They get the Heaven Smoke deployed early. And Almeiza's going to basically lock Buster and Kickit in.
Oh, they still have to get to the bomb site, though. And Buster and Kickit are over towards A. The bomb's still on long.
Yeah, I think they're hoping that they walk into this site and there's no one home. Excuse me, they find the frags. When there is no one home, I'm not sure what their reaction could be. Ooh.
This can still get out of control here. Kickit just has 2 to find. The rest of them are on B and, okay, falling back. They were fading away. We'll keep 4 alive, and that's a great gun round there out the gates for forZe. So I like the pace, right? That early bathroom smoke, you can jump through that as you're leaving spawn. You extinguish that molly, you try and apply some pressure. And especially if players playing connector, you can really isolate them there. But Yakinda's going to be feeling pretty hard done by. And you can see him slouch back into his chair. I think he felt like he should have had that one onto Jerry. But a couple of HEs being brought on in here, 3 of which smoke for kick it. And all those nades are going over towards the B bomb site. So I think they're just going to wait and see. We could do a bit of a stack nade towards the sandbag short area. If they all trundled through long, you could lob them on the head there as well. Okay, Kenzie, showing some moves to get that flash off. Odds on these nades getting anything?
Pretty high. Ouch. Ouch. Kenzie did get tagged up, finished off, and it seems like the frags are going to come to forZe. It's just James tucked in on Graffiti, Molotov'd off, and Sanji, another victim of Jerry.
Starting much stronger in this map, Jerry. He had a rough go of things over on Dust 2. Massive impact on Mirage. He was basically just having his way with VP. But D2 cooled off a bit. Can't say the same for Flit. He had a very good time on Dust 2, but just wasn't enough to get them across the line. Now the guns for VP coming out. James straight into the AWP. Very light on util here. Yakinda only has a smoke. The same can be said for Sanji. Buster has a little bit more with a molly and a flash as well. And there you have Kick It with a smoke too. So they do have 5 smokes, 1 flash, 1 molly, no kit. So very limp looking buy here out of VP.
Lots of nades. So 2 smokes from spawn, thrown out. 1 to extinguish the short pipe smoke. You can see Jerry staring at it right now. They threw that from spawn.
Okay, so really wanting to deny the CT presence, and look how quickly he can tuck himself in. They might even want to start lining up a boost quickly here.
This could actually work wonders.
This is fast.
Very fast, to the point where I don't know if Sanji's going to be anticipating it. He answers my own question with a crosshair placement. Almeza dinked off the line. We'll have to think better of returning to that fight.
Even brave to go for a wall bang when he's down to that low HP. He needs to be careful with every corner that he turns, but they're going through Monster straight through the smoke here. That was very risky. Flash on the nose, easy to receive for VP, and well, they should be able to ward this off now with ease.
Jerry's talking a lot. What's his plan here? There's so many members of VP over here. 4 casually leaning over here. The boost will get you nowhere. Oh, maybe not.
Jerry!
Down. Almeza catches the Sanji swing.
Oh!
Jerry gets another. How does this one fall apart for VP? I was just convincing myself it was impossible for them to break through. The loss of Kenzie early. VP have 4 members over towards the B side of the map. And it's taken, dismantled by Jerry with a great opener onto Heaven. It was Yakinda he found.
Jeez, that really escalated, didn't it?
Yeah, I really did not see that coming.
And the thing is, Jane was playing so passive on A. I believe he was AWPing the bank line, so they were giving up the full press towards A. They were gambling heavily over towards this B bomb site. You couldn't have had any more VP members there if you really tried, so huge round to snatch away from forZe right there. And yeah, all that conversation that Jerry was having paid off. Great work from him, and Almeza, who got dinked on the boost, he even gets a kill to contribute here. So that one went fantastically well for forZe. But it is James time. Everyone's favorite time of the day. Oh, not happy with himself there, Kick It. But that is a bit of daylight robbery. Should not have been losing around like that. Now, with this AWP of James, it should be an eco for everybody else. You guys know the drill. Here it is. Just that elevation. You know, I guess as you're pre-firing on that swing out of the pit, you're not aiming to the top of the sandbag. So, great stuff.
James going for his lone wolf maneuver down into the underpass, and Almeza's going to be there to receive him. Jerry stampeding into Sanji's position. He just immediately disrupts the long hold. That will force James to acknowledge the potential.
Confident stuff out of Jerry right now. He's doing what we see a lot of these in-game leaders do, just take a bit of map real estate on your lonesome here and apply pressure. You don't normally see it on Overpass, as Almeza's found his 2nd kill. Wants to make it his 3rd. Buster chipped on down. Kenzie will wombo combo for that one, and well, they should be able to stroll into this B bomb site and get that bomb down. can see James on the X-ray all that ways away up towards the A bomb site, wanting to do more of the same as we just did. Patience pays off. Yakinda thrust forward. And, well, Jerry's already close enough here to at least cotton off one of the pushes. Looks like he's opting to go towards long, and James slipping down through the bathrooms past him.
Seems to love to save here. Like this was where he was opting for before. He must feel like he can play the being hunted game very well from this bathrooms area. And I can understand his thought processes. He gets lots of different individual jewels that he can get played with there. Nice move from kenzie, just accelerates past the aim of James. Orb gone, and VP, we'll check their finances. It looks like everyone's going to be, in fact, James even buying his own AWP this time around.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
that's
treating himself.
Here we go. Well, famous for Sanji and Buster here, but at least there's a lot more utility for this CT side of Virtus.pro to work with. Now, forZe, really, when they were going in for that stubborn all-in play on B, they probably should have lost it after losing that opening man. So, double mollies here as well. That's going to keep Jerry at bay for the moment. Didn't want to use his smoke to extinguish, and James actually having a little bit of a look in from long, so he might get an easy shot here onto Jerry.
They double mollied, so James could beat them to this line, and that's exactly what he was waiting for. Boost works. Left in a 4v4. One just hit on the way out the door. kenzie caught Sanji's FAMAS good. Smoked on short. They won't have many options now as a lot of smokes just arrived on the site.
So he's just changed out his AWP for an AK here. So it's telling that they want to get a bit biffy in through Monster. Still have 3 to find on this side. It's just James perched up towards A still. So some jewels need to be found here by forZe.
Buster does take contact, nicely drawn in by Yakinda. Oh, Meza, very snappy. He knows Buster's barrels, he knows Yakinda's position as well. And just holding that slither gap enables Yakinda to profit. And Flit, with only 8 HP and with 30 seconds left, I imagine his journey is just going to be one of survival. It's 3 for 3, we've seen an AWP save in action. This time, though, it's Virtus.pro that are on the hunt, or could have been. Instead, forZe 4.
Yeah, forZe are doing similar things to what you see VP doing in terms of just like searching for fights individually here, but they do seem like they have a couple of more set pieces that they like to fall back on if this type of play doesn't work. So you're seeing a mix between both right here. It's a good little save of that AWP. Now, I can see the hesitancy in wanting to go towards A because James, even though he's always saving the AWP, and that seems to be the biggest discussion around him, he's a very good AWPer, right? So on a map like Overpass, where an AWPer can find so much territory to roam around the plains of long and bathrooms and find impact, it's something which is hard to account for, and you don't know exactly where he's going to rear his ugly head each time. So let's see if they want to change gear here. It's just been Jerry over towards this A bomb site previously. Now it looks like there's a couple more members joining the party as they thrust themselves quickly forward. Front bathroom smoke not there this time. They just want to take the fights. Oh, wow. That's quick.
Wow. That's 2 for 2 as well from Almeza's snappy adjustments. Like his first bullet accuracy on these flicks is incredibly high.
This is interesting again. Jerry just goes the opposite side of his teammates. Now, it gives him a really good idea. He can kind of feel out the bomb site. Oh, I think he's been spotted. He has been spotted. Jerry's been found out by Kickit. Very diligent clear right there. And I think now they know to rotate over towards A, where Jerry is. Usually the team isn't.
This time, the exception to the rule. Kickit confidently gallivanting and thinking better of it now. If Flit sells this with contact as well, this is a pretty convincing one for VP. Yeah, they're going to start hearing that util if he could just not die immediately. Oh, perfect gap. Buster walking in. Oh, Flit just as well. That's going to sell VP on this, and the B site is going to be wide open for business. forZe cannot let this one slip. It's starting to be figured out. They're just about out the mouth of Monster as this puzzle is solved. One off the nose, but Kickit spots another there. He knows he's sandbag side. Got to be really careful with the flames as well. kenzie's in a lot of trouble.
Curious.
Jumping forward with the bomb. He's given it to his opponent.
Very curious.
A late flank from Flit might be their saving grace. Sort's just got to survive. Jame responsible for that flanky play. Zorta with 14 seconds left, they're just calling it off.
That's a yikes from me, dog.
Yeah.
Kenzie was so flustered, wasn't he?
I think he was flustered when Kickit got the frag, and then he spotted Kenzie gray screen like that. He's panicking. He strafes out of the smoke into a Molotov, strafes back out, and ends up just hitting his jump key. Bomb though on his back. It just basically just locked Zorti out of the round and contributing.
Yeah, look, it's not as bad as, say, it on Dust 2 dropping off the bridge in towards CT spawn, but it's pretty close.
See?
I'm not sure. It looked like he was looking where the pallets are holding up the sandbags, so maybe, just maybe, you can actually catch a little bit of a glimpse through that. Maybe something is darker than it normally should be if there's something on the other side. But keen eyes right there from Kickit. It's a big frag to find. A very big frag, especially after how Armeza started that one off. And you could see the reaction of the coach there at 4-4's Little. Not too happy with how that one went down, because I think he knew as well how important that one was. But saved guns, AK's out. Buys are looking very good for both teams here. Really starting to get stuck into the thick of this. And I'll Kick it having a look around his room. Having a bit of a gander.
Seeing if anything's changed.
Yeah, well, it's nice in here, isn't it?
Oh, that's new.
Still, the massive dragon. Yakinda should have joined Spirit.
He really should have joined Spirit.
It would have fit a lot better, wouldn't it?
For the branding. Well, that's quite a heavy price to pay. About 100 health melted through when they denial of that molly. They didn't opt to extinguish.
If they do what Apex does here, though, right, when we watch Vitality do this, they will just kind of follow Apex like a conga line, and they will just maneuver around the AWP lines. And
just be on A.
Yeah, and then they just appear, right? But forZe have stalled out, and with this stall, the sound cue's being made for Yakinda and Jame to react off of, who are both towards long, and they're almost foregoing this push in towards the front of the A-site bathroom. Sanji, as he comes back, will help them draw their attention. But it looks like they've done exactly what they came here to do. They've left this B-bomb site slightly more susceptible. Just Kick it and Buster here right now, and it looks like the execute is coming. Yeah,
and the sound cues imply that as well. Sanji's gotten there in time. Counter utility causes a cancel. Armeza, though, still raring to go. A counter flash from Sanji to set up Kick it, the only one in the site. Flit's flank's not coming in. He's just in toilet side, so that's the smoke for the cross. There is a gap to play with. Maybe Armeza can use that to his success. Oh, Kenzie wants to plan so badly. Armeza caught, great read and play from Kicker, just maneuvering around these close smokes. Flit's flank is on the way. Jerry onto Buster, and they do back away. Is that all of them? 3 of them, monster side. God, Flit's flank better be a banger. And they're all looking the wrong way. If he opted for Heaven, he would have had it dead to rights. Yeah, I think better of it. Zorte drawing the tension in, and now Jame is first victim. Flit's flank is exactly what it needed to be. Kick at the last man standing. They know where you are, and they'll finish it with style. Okay, so now you can see, like, that was like the forZe round before, just executed slightly better and Jerry not getting checked.
Yeah, so right there, actually able to pull it off, and it looks great, doesn't it? Because when they evacuate the site, VP have to still worry about all those corners. It gives that extra time for Flit to come in for this flank, and fortunate that 2 of them are basically lined up with Jame and Sanji there, so great work. And it's now a gimmick that they don't have to run again, right? Just the idea that somebody might come late, especially if Flit doesn't show his face, right? If he doesn't have to contribute for a frag when they're going for a B take, there's always going to be that mystery. Where's Flit? Is he flanking again? Someone's going to be late and have to check that position. So VP down to pistols, and if forZe don't flub this one, they should be looking at 6, and already a great T-half here. 3rd map of the series. We do have Complexity versus Sinners coming up next, and a real opportunity for Sinners to extend themselves to a 2-0 with the wounded Complexity.
Yeah, I'm hyped to see a little bit more from Shock, as well as getting to see Oscar. Maybe he gets to have his first moment in the sunshine. He wasn't really necessary, other than just being a consistent all presence. I just didn't get to see my old retro.
You wanted like the 35 clutches galore.
I'm just talking like, you know, full Degster level. Like he was Degster before Degster was Degster.
Sure, I'm with you.
Here he comes. Flit fancies some more trouble, and there's no one that really can voice their concerns. Bullets through the smoke, and a P2K to keep him company.
Yeah, how are we feeling about the P2K?
It's just a worse USP with less cool-sounding shots.
Yeah, it must have, like, I think people have tried to do the statistical justification of it before, But the thing is, why is it only like 1 out of 30 players uses it at the top level of Counter-Strike?
The real question is why can't we just choose which M4 we want to buy depending on the round?
I think...
Like, it's not like the code is limiting it.
No, I can give you a bad justification.
All right, it's better than none.
Yeah, so let's think about it this way, right? Within the game, you have a certain amount of decisions that you can make while in the game. Let's say before you get into the game, you get to make a certain amount of decisions of what you want to take into that game. So, do I want to go with the silenced M4 or the standard M4? Do I want to go with the CZ or the Tech 9? Do I want to go with the USP or the P2K? So the decisions you make before you get into the server.
Acknowledged.
It's a bad justification.
Yes, you already prefaced it with that. That's true. But that is probably what the bad justification would be.
If I was Valve, that's what I'd say.
Yeah, but then I'd just say, like, guys, but you have to acknowledge the game's changed an awful lot, and with this new money system, you could give CTs an alternate avenue into managing their economy with 2,900 rifles, instead of seeing all of this
that could be one option.
Business,
that could be one option, yeah. I think here the way that these things can be balanced, there's the problem is more about what it does in the long term, right? For us, it seems like an easy, let's just change that, but
in the long term, you see a lot more silenced M4s.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like, I don't think it would affect CT win percentage.
It'd be interesting. It'd be interesting to have it enabled and tried, but none of these TOs want to get a bit risky with things.
Getting jiggy with it. There you go. That's a lovely opening proceedings for forZe. Jane was all on his own there. No, just a completely untradeable frag. And they're converging on Sanji's location. Oh, poor soul. Poor soul. They're out of this one completely.
Well, no AWP to save, so how far will they really go?
James tried, like, actually backseat gaming right now because it's the save. He's the expert.
Guys,
what are you doing, man?
I want you to go for this. Give this one a crack.
No, he's saying go to toilets.
Oh, he's telling them how to save.
That's what I'm saying.
Ah,
yeah.
I would take advice on James on how to save.
Yeah, he's got the backseat gaming. He's like, look, go heaven, stay L-bend.
Wait until about the last 5 seconds. Then, oh, they're getting hunted.
Yeah. I'm not sure I'd fancy my chances of re-peeking into that, but flip. Ready for you, Buster.
Oh, denied another rifle here, so this is looking very, very good for forZe now.
I mean, they've got, what, $50 in the bank account? 400 on the high end? Like, most people have got 50 or none.
Yeah.
So, hold on to this if you can, Kicker.
Oh, yikes. Okay, that really hurts. 2,900 is the loss bonus now, which means we won't see another buy, and that means that forZe should find themselves up to 8. And Jerry, he looks more like the Jerry of Mirage right now. He's really dictating where he wants to take these fights. He's looking very, very good, very handy. Great in these openings again. So Jerry took off a map, and he's back for the third and most important of the series right here, right now. Now, we've seen VP in a couple of these rounds. What they've done is they've decided to buy quite a few grenades, right? They've been trying to do little grenade stacks, see if that can help soften up forZe on their site takes. Timeout taken here. Dustin, the coach, getting an opportunity to chip on in with the conversation. What do we want to do with the money where it's at right now? We have to make sure we have enough for James AWP next round. With 3,400 coming on through, that is not going to be a drama. But this also gives forZe an opportunity just to talk through proceedings. What are we up against? What kind of approach? How do we want to respond? The white Zowie monitor there for Kenzie. Quite the prize chook.
Do you have the flappers on?
I don't know if he had the flappers on. I got the flappers on at home.
Gaming flaps.
I don't know why I have them on. It's kind of like horse blinders.
That's what they're called, yeah, blinders. Yakinda's pushed up long. He's going to have a little look, and that should be Zorta any day of the week with what he's currently equipped with. The AWP versus Amiga Diga. Why do I feel like Yakinda's about to win this? Ha! Fool. Zorta. Onto the first tree position for a little bit of surprise. Oh, hang on. He's got a collateral tag there.
Getting a bit saucy.
Yeah. 2 players catch a scout bullet from Jame. 2 for 1. Buy one, get one free. A bog-off day.
Could be a couple of dramas here. I know that it is a 3-on-5 situation, but Jame would just have to hit another bullet to the belly of Kenzie or Zorti here. And he's being crowd controlled with HEs. Had that opportunity, and Jerry just looking like a bit of a marauder here, isn't he? He doesn't seem... Jerry's playing with a lot of confidence right now in these fights, right? A lot of territory on his own, just stepping out and taking the jewels. And I know that it's hard to just like say, yeah, he's playing confidently, But like, if you're timid in taking a fight, you're going to give opportunities. If you're just wide swinging, it's not the way to do it all the time, but it can definitely be one way to just get in your opponent's face. So 12 kills for Jerry now. I might have a little bit of a check-in on his opening kill statistics.
Well, he was 9-2 or something, wasn't he?
He was 9-1 on Mirage.
9-1,
I didn't pay attention on Dust 2 to his opening kill statistics. It's been a while. No, they're not great. Scorebot's a little bit behind, right? Because we're a little bit ahead. So he's right now, when the scoreline was 6-4, he was sitting at 1 for 2. I think at this point, maybe he's 3 for 2. That feels right. That's good. We'll check back in. So this is the half now, secured for forZe.
Yeah, but it could be more. So VP are going to be investing everything they possibly can. They're going to whip out an org variant for Yikinda and Kickit. They've taken 2 timeouts. They've thought it through. Let's see if they can end with a gap closer. All fours going to be running towards the finish line. If they can get themselves these last few, there's 2 more rounds left in this half. If they can secure this one and those, you're going to be locked in for not only a lead, but an overpass conversion. Sanji just warded off of the sandbags area. He's got the lineup for that monster smoke, but Jerry's already in. Talking of confidence, this time it's unwarranted. Buster will have no issue finding him.
Yeah, he was ahead of the util just there, so trying to catch them snoozing, but concedes a death, and well, now having to operate in this 4v5 disadvantage. It's straight over back towards this A bomb site. Now, this is about finding where James is with the AWP and working out the best way to pick him. At this point, these front bathrooms, Yikinda over towards long, so they still have 2 players over towards A. This is quite tidy for VP now. They should be set up for their 5th here, unless something disastrous happens, like Yikinda rotating away for no reason. Oh.
Exactly what he was waiting for. Almeza greeted by an AWP bullet to the belly, and the rotate comes in from VP to ensure they don't have any issues. They're flashing for Flit. They're hoping he can just be a one-man army somehow, and the smoke will at least isolate a little bit. Enables him to dump his Optimus utility and strafe on in. No, they're burning him. Flitz does find Sanji dancing around the close site as Yikinda. He should have him dead to rights. Buster's slipped off. They peek over. Oh, a chance indeed. Yikinda's close. They have the info. It's all VP. And Buster with 3. Okay, so they do convert off of their 5th. The opening frag onto Jerry, just a matter of time for the rest.
That felt like it could have got out of hand for a second there. I thought he was going up and over to find Yikinda, but the AWP fight taken over towards bathrooms was the key. This is Buster starting things off. This is James almost securing it, and Buster with the close, just here in support of Yikinda's little smoke play. Enough money for another buy, and there should be enough in the bank balance for the final round of play here for forZe as well. So they're going to be able to buy out the rest of this half, whereas if VP lose this one, can't really have that same conversation. Bit quicker this time, Jerry's through, and oh, Buster again with the opening onto Jerry. Starting to get the better of him now.
Full blind as well. Neither of them just pulls the trigger, and they're not ready for him. They're not expecting him to jump in straight in. Kenzie gets 1. An attempt at the counter wall bang leads to kick it onto Zorti. A weird state of affairs for forZe. This one looking rather dilapidated. Maybe not. Maybe not. Flit and Kenzie partner up and make a 2v4 immediately competitive. They don't even have the bomb. Yikinda could find it here on the flank.
Oh, no.
Yeah, in 3 seconds it gets really awkward.
Oh, he's jumped over it. He hasn't looked at it.
He
hasn't looked at it.
Bloody hell. There is a particular flavor to the games that Virtus.pro / CIS teams in general play. Na'Vi perhaps the exception to that, but there's a flavor where there's just always a little bit of like a, and I'm gonna pick my word carefully here. Flavor of disorder.
Okay.
As in, it's not necessarily, you know, unintentional disorder. It's by design at times. But good God, some of the way these rounds shape up, just from the individual driven plays, you do get into some very tight spots.
Yeah, like, for example, if they had the bomb a little bit closer to them, right, even just in the backyard, right, then they can get into the sites. Just the little details there, but I'm sure VP are going to be happy about that. They just need to find themselves one more round here to get the 7 and keep this half as close as possible.
interesting, you can see the setup variation from VP. This is that same setup that, as Chad discussed, would be very vulnerable to the Apex-esque toilet walk. They partner up, boost Jame, and then eventually when they get a little concerned about the timing, ooh, I'll come back to that. Jerry's faffing around with nades.
Oh, bit of a team thing. Jerry's gone down 3 rounds in a row now to bust his opening, but Zordi's made up for it. 2 quick shots.
Yeah, and that might just mean Sanji's completely exposed if they commit to this. He's got to win this duel on short, and he has. Go on, Sanji,
Oh, no. Oh, no.
He's lost his weapon.
Oh, no, Sanji. Oh, no. Not like this, Sanji. Say it ain't so, my friend.
What was that?
Sanji.
He's so used to not having a rifle. He thought he could do better without it.
Oh, and that heartbreak, 9-6. We're going to have to take a minute to collect ourselves, and you should too. Come back for the second half of forZe versus VP after this quick break.
See ya.
Hey Future Pros, we have a flash for you that should aid in pushing through the monster tunnel on Overpass. This flash should leave your teammates unaffected while the CTs should be blind as heck. To do this flash, line yourself up over the tip of this bottle. Aim over the wall slightly and to the right and then throw the flash. That's it. This should make the Rush B Don't Stop strat work way more in your favor. Competitive first half, 9-6 in the end. forZe closing out that final round. Sanji losing his rifle. Yeah,
He only had 3 kills as well.
Sad end to the first half of Overpass, but he's made of stronger stuff as Sanji. He's taken heavier blows, takes them daily.
Poor guy.
While dropping weapons for his squad. But VP 6, forZe 9. final half of play between these two, and forZe, they could be leaving here with a 2-0 end to day 2 of Group B. That would be what's the word?
Magnificent?
What's a big...
Magnolia.
What's a word that like begins with mag and means big? Magnitude, not a word that I was looking for. It's going to be magnormous.
Magnormous.
It's going to be magnormous.
Indeed it
Yes,
is.
that's what I was going to say.
Now, Petter from HateTV.org is talking about VP in their pistol rounds.
Okay, what's he got to say?
Well, previously, before this map started, they'd won 1 pistol round out of all the maps they'd played. And now, well, they've won 2 because they grabbed the one in the first half of this one, but they would need to grab this one, which would be their 3rd.
Okay.
So we're keeping our eyes here on the pistolas, and that's not the greatest to start. Statistically speaking, forZe are probably going to get the better of them here.
Yeah, that's such a good flash, though. James should be isolated. The door will swing open. James already hit 1, and that should be the... Oh, he's so dead. He's got people from 3 different angles. Jerry had no options available to him. Kenzie's up long. He could get this dank flank and at least confirm through party whether or not they're going towards toilets. Flit can focus B.
Flit's been pretty sharp. If they do head back to B, I think Flit's probably good for 1 or 2 kills here, you know, as long as he doesn't get caught in no man's land. And they're going around the world 2 monsters, so they'll have the little penguin heads scuttling across his screen any second.
All right, Flit. What you got for us here, mate? You got a whole squad against you. And he's already fired off some warning shots. Smoke deployed, bomb to be planted, hard headshots to hit. Kenzie to swing open that door. Now they know where they both are. VP won't let this one slip in a hurry for their 3rd pistol in total.
Yeah, so I think the start before was 1 out of 8, and now they're looking like they're going to be 3 out of 10. So there you have it. And it's actually a clean sweep. Nobody from forZe holding onto their armor. And now we'll see if they want to go for a full economical situation or if they want to force buy on their CT side. What will be the force buy? So scout out, Deagle, CZ, a couple more Deagles in the mix and some smoke grenades. Let's see how far forZe can really push this one here. Oh, it's easy as you like for James, isn't it? That flash helps set up all this madness.
Yeah, I didn't realize initially there was James that got that frag. That was a flash from Kick It from all the way downtown T-side spawn. Zorte's posted up for a pot shot with his scout, and he'll even try and follow that up with a bit of nade damage. I say a bit, that is a significant amount. 50 damage dealt.
With this setup right now, if forZe are able to funnel VP back towards B, that might be great because Jerry and Kenzie still have smokes for Monster. Jerry's has just been lobbed out now, so that's going to buy them a certain amount of time. But during all of this, Zorte's under a lot of pressure here.
I can't believe he got away with that. He peeked straight back in, and that's the end of that. So he didn't really
get away with anything.
No.
Survived for a while, just kind of...
Oh, imagine if Buster loses his AK to Almeza, who then clutches out the round with a recovered AK.
Imagine. I'm imagining.
All the people...
Jerry has a flash.
Fragging.
They're going to go for this. It's looking like they might want to have a look in now that Almeza has this long territory. Kick It is on the latest of flanks possible here.
Yeah, he's actually going to get in though. Oh, okay. Flitz underneath. Jerry's waiting to contain, so I guess...
It's exits.
Exits, yeah. And Kick It might lose his Galil, admittedly. Almeza's vulnerable to the site. He decides he's going to take that duel and put him on his bottom. So a costly in some way, shape and form round, I suppose. They managed to get a couple of kills. The AKs are preserved, and VP will post it 8.
Okay, so that's all right. It could have been much worse, especially if Almeza got to hold on to that AK. So the fact that he's able to be dealt with by VP, they secure all their big guns, and now they set their attention to the next round of play. They should be able to level things up 9-9. It's just when we get into these gun rounds when we really need to see what forZe have to offer here. What type of a setup are they going to go with? Are they going to go for heavy monster play, like a bit Gambit-esque? Are they going to go for something a bit more sewer control-y? Do they want to do the connect to blow the door off? How do they want to deal with this VPT side? This one here really should be of no consequence for VP. They need to be getting through this one cleanly. Got himself a boatload of AKs, and Jerry's actually been thrust forward into the flames with a CZ. The dink was there, the frag is not. And more tickles from those $400 bottles of flame. Okay.
And James knew he was coming as well. Oh, this is weird for your kinder. Yeah, smart to smoke the door just so he doesn't have Zorte as a threat. Or he deals with them easily.
I guess it's an eco, so yeah, give it a crack. But
try pushing together.
It didn't feel like the play. I think they were expecting the faster acceleration onto B. Now Flit's going to have to do something out of this world here to convert. There used to be an execute. I remember Pronax. It was in the Godsent days. They used to, because a lot of teams used to do the connector play where you'd smoke, you'd CT aggressive, go into connector, smoke off, and then push out the door and fight and get your sewer control that way. I remember Pronax and his boys, I think it was with Schneider and stuff still, they used to have an execute where from spawn, you would smoke off the door, right? So you would lob it on your B rush. And so you'd have a heaven smoke, you'd have that door smoke, you'd have your barrels molly, and you'd be quite quick on it because there'd be so much emphasis put on connector and nobody wanted to run through that smoke, right? You might see that come back into play at some point, especially if teams keep nading off the door early on the CT side to keep it very funky with all the different angles. If the T's start smoking that themselves and just leave you in connector, you know, you can get that control. Once you establish the position, it's going to become a little bit easier. I'd love to see how the meta continues to develop here.
Yeah, I mean, that would be like a variation of when we saw with this game alone, people throwing that smoke from spawn. Get smoking off the short pipe. It'd just be a variation of that towards the underpass door.
Precisely.
Jerry caught a little bit of summit there. I think that was Kickett's nade, if I had to hazard a guess. And towards long, their project shapes up. Now, Zorte is going to be called upon to post his AWP up on that line. And I'd be passive too if I was him. He's unknowingly extra passive, but I suppose at 9-9 in your third map of a second Pro League game, you are going to be a little hesitant to overcommit.
He is kind of on his own here as well. Like, Flit is the closest rotation because Almeza is down in this connector position, currently pushing for info. So if Almeza goes up the ladder and starts to flank towards A, he's going to have all 5 of them on the other side of the crosshair here. And as he pops his head up, is he just going to fire? Yes, he will. Almeza takes down the first. Kickett's gone, and the second on the Sanji is better. Look at that from Almeza.
Yeah, and that could be round winning. I mean, with 35 seconds left, you've got a 2-man disadvantage to overcome. You are just going to try and set up your Kinder for murder. Util in, Yakinda in. Flit trying to be a threat through the smoke. 20 seconds, that bomb not committed yet. Don't know if VP are actually going to go for this, you know?
Yeah, Yakinda would have to crack a couple of skulls for them to even consider this. James is just so passive. Bomb on his back. Buster is kind of bodyguarding the route out of there and get the president, get into the chopper. We're going to save you and that AWP. Defensive smoke from Yakinda. It's all being called off. forZe will be the first to reach double digits here. That's 10 on the board. And all through Almeza's push. So great stuff there. Impact from Almeza. Not a huge amount of highlights for you guys to see in this. So here it is.
Kickett was intermittently checking. You think he just started getting shot at as he looked away. So bit miffed, I'm sure. 10 found first by forZe. And a competitive game, all things considered. 9-6 on the half. It's the opening 3, converting another pistol here from VP, who have won both pistols, as outlined by Chad, over on Overpass.
It's a B-heavy presence right here. Different look from last round. As Almeza and Zorte are the 2 players over towards the A-bomb side again. Almeza not going for any crazy plays towards connector this round. That does apply a lot of pressure on Flit, Kenzie, and Jerry, who still have held on to a decent chunk of utility here, but you can see the nades being lined up from VP as well. They're creeping through Monster. It's about to get hot and heavy.
Yeah, and they're all coming Monster side. Jerry's going to have so much to do, faffing around with his smoke and nade on his nose. He'll try and evade it. They really want him. He still makes it costly. Catches Kickett. He's still alive on that barrel's position. Anyone could bail him out with a flashbang. That would be great. The angle from Kenzie's even better, though. They flash it well. And eventually, Jerry does fall. Now they can plant. Almeza's on a bit of a flank here. You'd imagine James going to be posted up on that with that T-side AWP. He's looked the wrong way, though. Fired off a shot. Nice movement from Almeza. He's gone unchecked so far. Oof. Okay, he knows one's jail. It's a 3v3 here that Flit does try and turn the tide of. He brings it into a 2v2. Almeza's flank is through, and Jane 1v2. Easiest first. Tag to 40. Bullets from Zorte. I mean, I don't know. It's AWP v AWP action here. His eyes pressed to the scope, and a good read. The USP, perfect weapon for the job. Someone said he's low, and he believed it.
Just swung on him with the USP out there, so a nasty way for James to go down, but a great way for forZe to convert that round, and Jerry stalled them out for ages. Just his presence alone kept them held at bay. It did get dicey. James was doing his best, pivoting around with this AWP. You can see here, able to pick up more than a couple of frags necessary, but it was just this swing here, and oh, the jump off the top rope from Zorti into the wider swing. Smile on the face there from Almeza. His impact in that, taking Buster out of jail, was important. And now a timeout has been called because Virtus.pro, wow, they've got some things to discuss.
I got a text from Jason Kaplan.
What, just now?
Telling me, Alex, just so you know, FAMI isn't the plural of FAMAS.
I said FAMI.
Yeah, no, so did I, but I thought I was... We're doing it ironically, aren't we,
Yeah,
Chad?
we're not being serious.
No,
half of our casting is in jest.
Okay, just wanted to make sure we both know that we're doing it ironically.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a real word.
No.
We're not presenting it like we think it's a real word.
No.
Okay, just for any other Kaplans out there.
Maybe the one from Overwatch.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, Jeff Kaplan.
Oh, they're both J-Caps, right?
Apparently it's a Turkish origin name, and it means tiger.
Oh, okay. Rawr.
So if you see any Kaplan... I don't know where I'm going with that. You know what?
Name tigers?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. If I see a tiger, I'll call it Kaplan.
Yeah, give him a name.
All right.
James whipped out the standard Glock nade setup as a little supporting cast to these recovered and saved AK-47s.
Alex, did you know that the Dak isn't the actual name of the auto sniper?
What? I genuinely don't believe Kicker wins that duel. Kenzie thought he saw him for a while there. Just a little late on the draw. Now one of those hero rifles. Finding a scalp, part of me starts getting a little worried for the forZe defense.
Yeah, especially if they had B. Look where Zordi is with his AWP. This is not the place you want to find
He's
yourself.
hard committed to this.
Yeah, and he keeps getting flashed.
Oh, just leave me alone. He does fight his way out of there. He'll be forced to stick around as more flashes are used on him. Finally, he gets away. Drop the smoke now, bro. They're going to keep pushing through that if you're not careful.
Oh, regardless, I think. Oh, the leg shot through the smoke.
Yeah, you take those. Your Kinder's been warded off of the fight.
I've noticed a lot of players in the last couple of days asking HP.
What?
You didn't kill him. Who cares?
Yeah.
You missed. You don't need to know how much damage you did.
It's just like they want to prove. I always feel like when someone types HP in chat, it's like they want to prove to their teammates that they
He was low.
That he was
Yeah.
low. Yeah, I told you he was 10 HP, man. Oof, Sorty catching flashes on Monster. I think this has been the entire round. This is why Sanji and Jane were buying nades. Here we go, more flashes and the body commit to... Oh, he's just on his own.
Yeah, the others are saving the AK. He was just buying space. Sanji, we need to live. Let us live, Sanji.
Go die, but in a nice way.
Yeah, in the nicest possible
In the nicest
way.
possible way. Like, we're teammates and, like, I respect you. We're both on contract, but, like, could you go die?
We need you to.
Please.
Okay, loss bonus. It's there. Buster can drop an AWP for Jame. That's all good in the hood. That means Buster won't have head armor. And guess what? There's some M4s on the table right now.
Is it a safe assumption that that's a cat bed, not like a cat litter tray?
On whose camera?
Zorti, I think.
Okay, I haven't been looking for anything cat related in the background.
I was just trying to work out what it was for. I assumed it was either like a... It's not, it's too small for a dog. We're getting the boost. VP setting Jame up on the tippy top of the tower. Train is due. Choo-choo. No, I'll cut him off.
Yeah, they're all good with this. Jerry's already in sewer, right? And Kenzie's going to join him towards sandbag.
Oh, Zorti's AWP has found more impact.
Hold on, I didn't even see that one coming. I was too busy looking at the ramifications on B. And now, as they peel back after this 4-man boost, they have no territory. They're operating from the dark, but we know that VP like it slow, so not the end of the world as Buster shows you a little trick off the slide.
Jerry going to be at least flirting with the idea of a first flank. And Forte, oh wow, a highly impactful round out of forZe's AWP here.
That's actually a great little setup they had.
I mean, he's responsible for like monster side and underpass, but it does enable the rest of them to be very firmly established. Jerry, of course, pushing on up there. Almeza onto Yakind is lovely too.
He looks very comfortable, Almeza, on this map so far.
And on the AUG hipfire, like he seems like he's really drilled that into him. Very comfortable on it. And it is technically like a better M4 from the hip, isn't it?
Yeah, I think scoped in is where the accuracy, I think spamming drops off, I think. Someone will correct me. But Buster and Jame are going to save, guys.
Well,
so
yeah, they buffed the AUG hipfire, but they did nerf the damage fall off with the scope or something.
Okay, all right, so there's definitely something that is in
They
play
definitely
there.
nerfed the scoped up orginess.
So as soon as Zorti gets that kill in connector, Jerry fills the gap of connector. So then Zorti can look from the door, scope through from sewer into backyard, which was like he was holding onto that territory. And then they still had a player over towards A who was making sure nobody could come from party down behind into connector. So that was kind of a cool little setup there. It's not something that you can do easily because there's a lot of pressure from flashes and you're quite exposed. And if they slip past, then yeah, dramas. But at least to get a nice round like that.
Yeah, and if Zorti, you know, goes for an aggressive move and finds an opening kill, you could probably get away with that setup.
Yeah.
I mean, like, that could be a response to Zorti finding something early. It looks lovely, and it does put forZe onto 13. Like, 3 rounds. 3 is all that separates them from a 2-0 Group B start.
This is really going to throw things into disarray because G2 are 0 and 2,
Yes.
and VP are going to be 0 and 2.
Yes.
And they are 2 of the names who I think people were expecting to make it out of this group, right? At this point, OG head and shoulders above the rest of the pack here, right? forZe are going to be 2-0, that's fine. They still have some hard matches to come. Sinners, if they win against Complexity, we're going to have 3 teams on 2-0, and it's maybe 3 of the teams that people weren't expecting.
Okay.
So this group could get really funky.
I got my predictions.
Okay.
OG first.
Yep. Oh, Jerry.
Very nice from Jerry, and he's going to get away with it as well. The orb's too far off the line.
They invested behind these save guns again, right? There's no money. This is 3,400 in the next round, and VP in a 3v5 situation with 1 minute and 20 left on the clock need to find a plan if they want to buy next round, or they save the orb again.
Sinners.
Sinners second.
Second.
Come on now.
And G2 third.
You think G2 are going to scrape it back together? Okay. All right. Look,
Give me yours while we're playing this game.
I think OG, definitely. I think forZe forZe have still their games to play. They have OG, they have Sinners to play against, and they have to take on, I'm missing one name here, G2.
So forZe lose to the first 2 you mentioned.
Do you think they lose to OG and Sinners?
Lose to OG and Sinners.
The Sinners one is like going to be quite the 50-50 to be real, right?
Yeah. You saw a shadow, so no one really is uncertain. They even know where James is.
Yeah, these rounds are all the same though, right? Like VP lose some numbers early and then it just whimpers out. There's really nothing exciting about it, right? It feels like another James save. It really does feel like another James. Like, what is Sanji meant to do?
Go kill.
Yeah, and now it's just James. Like, you may as well hunt him at this point. You have some extra money to work with here. Just go pry this one out of his bloody hands. Stop letting the guy hold on to the big green. There you go. So he loses that. The loss bonus is there. There's no plan. This should be done, right? At this point right here, the game should be done. Yikinda at the high end, 4.4. At the low end, 3.4 on Buster.
So Deco?
Yeah, if they take a half buy, which is something that apparently they do all the time, right? There's nothing left. There's just absolutely nothing left, right? So this is the VP we remember from Mirage, not the one we knew from Dust 2 that seemed like they were a little bit exciting. Look, the last 5 rounds of play, 3 of which have been timeout rounds, which means somebody from VP has saved. I just don't know. That it's puzzling. How? I don't know. Maybe it's just off the break, right? This is the thing. It could be off the break.
Yeah.
They're still on vacation, still a little bit of sleep. They haven't all necessarily gotten themselves back in the groove just yet. But this does feel like the same playstyle from VP that we're used to. It's just not working. And they've gone for a half buy. They haven't even... Oh, I guess they hang on a glass cannon for James next round. Yeah, that'll be the best he can hope for. Molly's missed. They have to win this round. They have to win this partial investment here.
Oh, Mesa, this is Aggie from him. Turns the flash, gets swung on. He nearly gets there in time. Yikinda's Mac 10 nearly making a bit of a meal of it. But we're into the 4v4, and this is a crucial round, as highlighted by Chatty B. An aggressive AWPing from Zort as well, like this. It cost him, he's hit the quick one, there's more to be done. Oh, Deagle's perfect for this. Jane wants you, he's trying to close that gap, he calls upon Jerry for aid, and just like that, the round falls apart for VP. Kicker's late, Kenzie's caught, and Org perhaps to play with, and ooh, not even happening. 15 is locked in for forZe as they look to go 2-0 in Group B.
It's crazy. Like, this is what we're talking about. This is how weird it's going to get. Like, even if VP and G2 from this point onwards come back and win all of their remaining matches, it's still going to be a crazy group because you think about who they have to go through, right? This is going to be straight. Actually, they have to go through each other. So there's no way that both VP and G2 can get 3 wins. Only one of the 2 can. So this is just going to be not what anybody expected. Not at all.
And Sinners up next against Complexity could go 2-0 in their first two as well.
Yeah, like Complexity, even though they went 3 maps versus forZe last night, I think we need to be convinced that this stand-in and Esatag are even going to be functional within the team, and that's the first nail in the coffin here. 1 down, 4 to go.
Sorte knows what you're up to. No, he didn't anticipate such a quick one. Jerry still beats out Kickert for control of short. Like, that's CT aggression. They've come through short pipe, Chad, at 1 minute 20. I'll let you process that yourself. They've walked through Monster, cleared back through.
Sanji's a bit of a sleeper right now, because Almeza already cleared this. They think this is clear. He shouldn't get another. Almeza's actually drifted away from the action here. There's a couple more stories to be told in this round.
Absolutely. I mean, the fact that Yakinda's on the AWP as well, he's taking that out of Zorta's hands and he's hoping to catch someone, but Almeza's working on it and will just tap away at the dome. Right to the back of the spine. James has the bomb.
Well, A's just called
with
clear.
Sanji. Why doesn't he just use his teammate / decoy, send him in, and then just play the 1v3. I assume that's the typical strat.
Yeah, they have no idea that B's empty. B's been empty for about 30 seconds now. So the rotation just getting back over with Jerry and Flair. Almeza has gone all around the world, now back to A, and they'll get there in time for this. Sanji strolling into the site, finds one.
Here we go. Flitz nade's not going to be a threat.
Oh, and he's gone wide on things.
Sanji takes a wide one, and now we're talking about an extended round of play. Almeza's the one that was flanking. He'd have to come in with quite the clutch. He catches a glimpse of one. Now that's James Orp. It's not going to be easy to trifle with, and a smoke short does nullify the first. Port of call in response. Oh, he's gaming. He nearly had it. He's loud about this, dipping and darting around, trying to bait Sanji through the smoke. It's all about timing. Jane walking around, nothing to report, and Jane hits the no-scope. Ring around the rosy, and it's all smiles for Almeza. He knows he's got 5 more opportunities to finish, and they got some players on 10 Gs. They'll probably be able to throw some weapons around and go for a very vicious return.
Get yourself a nice cardio bracelet for that much money, I think.
Probably could, I reckon. Make a lovely gift. As with the gift of Sanji's double.
That was funny. Ring around the rosy. Oh dear. Came a duck, duck, goose.
Alrighty, folks.
Yeehaw!
Stop, Trace will hate us even more. They smoked it. But there was no Molotov the two were extinguish. Still, just VP leading heavy. B wanted to use that smoke to sell something.
They're setting up the quick boost here.
He has a little look. You might go for another one of those as well.
That's a tip for everybody at home. If you're the bottom guy, you stand on the bottom part of the sandbag so your teammate doesn't have to do a little silly jut up. He just jumps on your head and he can pick immediately.
Kenzie trying to isolate himself from the enemies. They are already converging onto the side in a very big way. Busters in. That's quick from Yakinda on the bang. In the flames, Kenzie takes one with him, but it leaves us with a man advantage for VP, and Util will obscure Zorti's opportunities.
This should be a save. Almeza giving it a crack in the 1-on-2 for the win. You can justify that, but now we are getting into the longer game here, and that cash you were talking about, it has been splashed in a big way. They won't be seeing that one return to their pockets anytime soon. Jerry has enough for a buy in the next round of play. The same can't be said for Kenzie and Flit, who at this point are probably starting to feel a little bit of pressure here. Now, I was talking about Petter from HLTV.org talking about the pistol round statistics earlier. He's also talking about the amount of maps we've had played so far within Pro League. Let me bring up his tweet because it was quite an interesting one.
Was this the one that was in regards to the absence of overtime?
Indeed it was. So let me grab it because I want to make sure I get this correct. Maybe we can even get it in before the game ends. That'd be lovely. He's tweeted out that now may be the time, and this was when we were on Dust 2, to point out that this Dust 2 between forZe and VP is the 46th map of this EPL season, and there have been no overtimes yet. Generally, 10% of maps go to OT, so we're well past due for one. So, if this continues with a little bit of a VP comeback, maybe we get our first OT. That's a quick heaven smoke, and we're looking like a B-biff.
You know, they're rushing in, but the CTs are going to be there. Oh, God, Zorti's got the AWP there. Oh, he's actually made it work! 2!
Showstopper right there. They're stalled out.
Close engagements, and that could be for all the marbles. Almaze has got the M4, great flash, brilliant flash to claw themselves back a frag. If they can just find another, Zorti's posted up if they try their Jame up against Zorti. They boost him up for the angle. Oh, damn, Zorti takes a pot shot, but the fact he lives on is more important. They swing the door open. I believe that's Jame with the bomb. He'll force a rotate just by charging and stampeding. He knows this is audible. He's taking some risks, taking some gambles, some pep in the James step. Flit. Don't you dare give it to him. He's got 60 seconds to play his game. It makes it clear he's there.
He kind of wants to be spotted with the bomb here to hopefully draw everybody out of B and allow Buster in, but what is this? He's left the bomb at Divider right now. 40 seconds to work with.
He's left it for Buster while he works long.
Oh, another shot missed by Zorti.
He's on 26. The dude is on fire. He's just feeling the pressure of trying to close this one out. Now Jame accelerates. He's looking for info, looking for blood. He wants Zorti. He knows exactly where he is, exposed to Flit. And Buster to come up clutch. 20 seconds, Zorti. Hold your horses.
Getting sketchy now.
He is. It all is. Bomb's now down. 1v3 demanded of Buster to extend play. Jerry doesn't want to give this up. He's dinked him down. Use that USP. We know you can. Zorti's got to finish the job. He's going for pot shots. He's overthinking. He has a kit. 28 HP for him. He's repositioned predictably. Buster's ready to finish the job. 4 from Buster. 1v3. He says play on.
That is agonizing. The opportunities that came their way. That was forZe's to close. That could have been it. The flick, the denial, the showstopper on the monster rush. You want to come all into his side. He says no. Oh, and they even set themselves up in this great position. No tradability. Just, you can tell he's feeling it. He's trying to spam through the box. He's just... Oh, dearie me. Okay, another chance. Here we go. Guns back out. Just one more for forZe to close this. VP, they battle forward. They have everything they need. AKs, AWP, util, it's good, it's good. Zorti with 26. He is having a great game here.
Imagine if he hit that boosted Jame.
Imagine if he hit Jame long as well.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, God, I remember that one. Just came back to me, that sound, he hears it.
Whistles past. Oh, this is getting a bit maybe past the call here. Oh, he's very susceptible now.
He's so good with that org from the hip. Buster's gone and Almazer's long gone. Disappearing back towards the A site, maneuvering there. Now, VP have left the bomb towards Playground, so they have a flexibility to their commitment, but opening frag for forZe again. That didn't stop VP finding a 12th. Zorti on Shorty.
Oh, the timing! Can you believe it?
And he's not ready. He's still
back-turned! He's
turning away. No, he catches so many glimpses. He knows where 2 of them are. He can assume there's more there on Monster side.
Has to be B. 30 seconds now.
Oh dear, it's going to be chaos. Kenzie's running out of bullets and he's getting flustered. Jame loves it when you're flustered. If you're uncomfortable, he's only going to be more comfortable. That's the bomb loose, though, and that's a problem.
Going the wrong way.
Yeah, it's Flit to save them, and just one man, Sanji, to save Virtus.pro. It's not to be. forZe will go 2-0. Group B, wide open. Wide open. Virtus.pro in jeopardy. Missing. And now sent down into the doldrums of the L. forZe undefeated so far. Solid stuff so far, and we'll be tuning in with the Sinners taking on Complexity next.